Hello, everyone, and welcome again. And now it's the third Berea Arts Fest art show, and I'm Dan Karp, and I'm the artistic director for the Berea Arts Fest.
And I'm Rich Seiler. I'm the coordinator for the Berea Arts Fest. Cleaning my glass again. Welcome back. We're here to share the 30 ways the Berea Arts Fest can come right into your home virtually this year. We have a lot of surprises still left, so we should probably get started and talk about what happened yesterday with our first live performer since last week.
That's right. So we've had two previous live performers, and just yesterday we had another pop-up surprise performance at a secret spot in Berea, and you can check it out on our YouTube channel. But who was it, Rich, that performed?
It was Jay Albert.
Yay,
and
Jay!
We've known Jay for many years. He played a couple songs for us on guitar, and it was great.
It was good. Well, let's take a look at that right now. We'll get that going on here in our high-tech editing suite here, and we'll start playing that right now.
Morning, she's beaming like sunshine. Is the night breeze. I can't help but lay down.
All right, well, welcome back. And wow, that was great. Obviously, we didn't show you the whole performance. And like I said, you can go to 2020 Berea Arts Fest on YouTube for the Berea Arts Fest YouTube channel and see Jay's full performance. Thanks a lot, Jay. It was awesome. And you kind of heard, if you listen to the whole thing at the end, that we had a few folks show up that just happened by the area and stayed for the rest of Jay's performance. So you heard them clap at the end and everything. It was really awesome. Remember, if you happen to be out and you see a performance, we welcome you to stay and listen to it. But don't worry if you miss it, because you know where you can always find the Berea Arts Fest pop-up performances, and that's on our YouTube channel and on our other social media channels. And I think we have one more performance ready for next week, right?
Yes. Would you like to know where it's at?
Yes, I would like to know where it's at and who it's going to be.
I can't tell you.
That's the whole point.
Stand by. I love these pop-up performances, and I love hearing the original songs being played, like the one that Jay just played for us. It really shows creativity in the performance area.
Right.
We talk a lot about the visual arts, but the performances are equally as valuable.
Yeah, so that is great. So again, if you happen to be out in Berea, usually if you're starting to follow along, they're kind of midweekish. They're kind of in the middle of the day-ish, and they're at various locations around Berea, kind of the central area Berea. So anyways, again, if you miss it, check it out on our YouTube channel or on social media. So there you go.
Yeah, sign up on our website, BreaArtsFest.org, for our weekly emails, our daily featured artists, these pop-up performances, and many other things that we're kind of throwing in there at all of our guests.
Yeah, if you sign up at our BreaArtsFest.org website for our daily emails, we promise you that we're only going to be super annoying till the end of the 30 days, 30 ways anniversary celebration that we're doing. We're going to send you an email every single day with featured artists and other information. And then after that, we promise we're going to respect you and only bother you to donate money for the rest of your life. So, but I quickly mentioned that we feature some artists every single day. So tell us about that, Rich.
We've got a whole new slew of artists this past week, if you're keeping up with us. 21 to be exact. We can't cover them all right now, but go back through our blog and you can see all of their works, their websites, and their email contacts. If you like their work, you can purchase some works. But just to name a few, Allie Griffiths, she has these great polymer statues. So she's using like Sculpey to make statues, which is kind of a new medium that people are using. Bridget Matchett with her Nature's Treasures jewelry. She has a lot of metalsmithing and fun necklaces and rings to check out. Carrie O'Rourke has some great photography, landscape, still life, everything in between. And last but not least, we've mentioned Nancy plenty of times. Nancy Notariani, who'll be teaching a class for us that we'll talk about again later this
Nancy,
evening.
hooray!
Her watercolors, they're just great.
Yes.
So go back to BreaArtsFest.org. Our main page is our blog roll, and you can scroll through the past 21 artists and the first 2 weeks. So we're up to 60 some artists now.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And yeah, so on the website, you can see who is the 3 artists that are featured today, but you can also scroll back and see every artist that's been featured all along. We're trying to recreate online the idea of the Arts Fest. So when you come down on Front Street normally and join 10,000 other folks on Front Street, you get to browse from white tent to white tent and see the amazing work that these artists do. We've accepted them all into the Arts Fest, 90 artists this year, and we're featuring 3 a day all the way through the end of our festival, which is October 11th. And but they're going to be up on the website much longer after that, so you won't miss anything. Please check out the artist's work, and most importantly, buy stuff you like. Make a contact with them and buy stuff. And I've said it every single week, and I'm going to say it again, Rich. How can I get a piece of artwork right now?
Well, first, you have to donate on our website. So if you go to BreaArtsFest.org and donate $10 or more, for every $10 increment, you get 1 chance to win the pieces we've been showing. And I keep looking back and forth because we got piles of stuff everywhere. But last week we mentioned, this is what we're going to give away today. Both pieces were donated by Holly Zewalk. The
nice.
ring was created by Holly. It's a silver cast ring. And the print of the bird's nest was created by her mother, Jerry, who was with us from almost day one. So Holly wanted to donate one of her mother's pieces and hers. So later on in the show, we'll be picking 2 names for these. And then we'll also be showing some new work that we raffle off next week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So again, in order to get into the raffle drawing so that you can win one of these, all you have to do is donate in the last week to the Berea Arts Fest. For every $10, you get another slip that goes in our magic hat.
Great hat.
In order to pull out the winners for this week. So we're going to pull that a little bit later on.
And thank you for everyone who's donated so far.
Yes.
That's why the hat is full.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It's important to remember that for every donation, not only do you have a chance to win a great piece of art, but you're really helping to ensure that the Arts Fest is going to return to Front Street in 2021. And we can't wait for that to happen, which will be super exciting. It takes hundreds of volunteers in order to make the Arts Fest come alive. And even a good group of volunteers right now that are helping to make our virtual Arts Fest come alive. So thank you to all of them. And then we really want to make sure that all of the people that have loved the Arts Fest are contributing this year and making sure that we're going to be around next year to keep this great spirit going. So what are we on to next?
We talk a lot about our artists. They're definitely the core of what we do. But we also need to talk about our performers. Every year we have all sorts of performers, from musicians to types of acting or dance. And I wanted to share a couple of those ideas and maybe see what you thought of some of the performers. The one I think that has become an icon for us is Joy Unspeakable. Do you remember this guy?
Oh, well, everybody remembers Joy Unspeakable. He's in a lot of our photos and everything. He
doesn't have a lot to say, but we talk about him quite often. He is a living statue, if you don't know what that is. He comes to our festival, kind of sneaks around dressed in one of his garbs. He's been a marble statue. Yes. He's been a bronze statue. He's been a silver statue. He's been a pink statue. His slew of clothing is endless. But he plays tricks on people. If you haven't seen him, he will sit still for as long as it takes for an unsuspecting guest to sit next to him and just kind of mess with them and move slowly. And he's great with kids. He's great with all of our visitors. And I really think he's become kind of one of our icons that patrol the Arts Fest. So he's one that comes to mind as a great entity that we have that we throw into the mix of the artists and our other performers.
So, he is a fan favorite. People look for him every year, and we have countless photos of him with a lot of you, with your children, having a great time with him. And he is such individually, not only do we bring him and hire him to come to it, but he's a supporter of the Arts Fest. He really loves being part of our community. Kind of a behind the scenes part of it is, Joy Unspeakable is a fantastic performer, but he's a regular guy also. And so when he shows up, he's not in costume. And I will tell you that every year, Rich and I are like, hi, can we help you? Like, you don't recognize, he doesn't look anything like that with all of his makeup off and everything. So we're like, can I help you, sir? Where are you going? And they're like, oh, it's you. It's so nice to see you again, which is really funny. So yes, he does not live covered in pink his whole existence. So
no, I hope
funny.
not.
Which is great.
Do you have?
Yeah, I do. If you're talking about like the great performance moments of the Arts Fest and things that people remember is Rich and I chose to wear our blue and red Arts Fest shirts today. We've twice in the time that Rich and I have been involved with the Arts Fest, it has fallen on September 11th. And we want to, on those dates, make sure that we have the Arts Fest, but that we're being respectful and that we're paying tribute to this country and to the people that we're remembering on 9/11. So usually we end up, shifting our theme a little bit so that it pays tribute. It's more patriotic. It creates a sense of community. And so we've done it a couple of times, but the most recent one, when we were on Front Street, we invited a wonderful group to join us to help celebrate and remember 9/11. And we brought in the Singing Angels. And a lot of you know who the Singing Angels are. It's a wonderful youth choir group that's been in Cleveland for eons. And they are alive, very big, still doing all the great work that they've always done. And we invited them, and we thought they were a little bit kind of out of our range with it. But when we invited them, they immediately said yes. And we were so pleased that they decided to come. And so they brought, I think it was 35, 40?
There was many of them.
40 student singers or youth singers, phenomenal conductor. And so we didn't have to do anything. They planned everything. So they started off really cool. They broke into smaller groups and they were positioned all up and down Front Street. And then on cue, on timing, they all started marching towards each other and singing and clapping in order to draw the crowd towards them. And we were setting up a secondary performance area, which is right there on the corner of North Rocky River and Front, right where Luna Team Shop is. And so they were heading towards there in order to do a whole set of patriotic songs, really moving songs that they performed. And so they came together, and it was really moving. It was really cool to happen. And they were super helpful and generous, because they said, why don't we give you a huge prop that we use when we do our patriotic songs, which was a 3-story tall U.S. flag.
It's the biggest flag I've ever seen in my life.
Right. Which, by the way, weighs a ton. And so we're like, okay, what are we going to do with this? So we decided that we're going to unfurl this flag while they're singing, because that makes sense. And we're going to do this from the top of the buildings right there on the corner, which includes Luna Team Shop and Dave Poosty's architecture firm. And so Rich and I are up on the roof. We created a rig to hold this flag. It's a lot of fabric. So they're singing, and we unfurl this thing. I'm telling you, Rich and I almost went over the edge with this flag. It was hysterical. And then below, we smartly positioned a few Arts Fest volunteers to grab the end of the flag, because there's power lines there. We didn't want anybody hit by it and things like that. So even though it's a beautiful, moving moment for our guests, as it always is, behind the scenes, the Arts Fest crew was a death-defying.
We made it look smooth.
It's smooth, right? It's one of the Arts Fest greatest moments. We laugh about it too, because it was windy, of course, and trying to hold on to this basically a huge sail that was in there. But it was funny. A quick shout out in that process of using their flag. You know, rooftops are very dirty. So we had gotten the flag a little soiled. And so we chose to send it off for cleaning. And we went to our friends at Master Cleaners right there on Front Street. And they generously donated the cleaning of that flag for us and beautifully folded it up, which was way better than Rich and I can do. And so quick shout out to them. Thank you so much again for that. It was really, really great. And so that was one of my favorite moments, performing moments of the Arts Fest. Those we would welcome the Singing Angels back anytime. They're just spectacular.
Yeah, so many people still talk about that,
Yeah.
as we do. Is one of those moments where it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Another wow moment that I'd like to share was just a few years ago. I think we actually had these shirts on. It might have been around that same time. We have a lot of great performers that are on stage. And a lot of times we know the names of the bands, but we don't know what the sound quite is because we have Phil pull our musicians in for us.
Yeah.
And the Kahuna Kings.
Shout out to Phil Saglabini. Does all of the scheduling for all of our performers and everything. He's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
And
this one was no exception.
Right.
This band was great. They're the Kahuna Kings, so it was like surf rockabilly.
Yeah.
And if you like that era of that 60s kind of guitar line and quick drums, this band was it. What caught everyone's attention may have not been the music.
As I recall.
They had two very attractive women on stage with them, wearing not much of anything, dancing to their music. And I just remember seeing the heads turn. You know, some heads turned in delight and some heads turned looking at those people who were having too much delight. That was the women looking at their husbands. And it's still talked about now because it was one of those moments that everyone remembers. And we like performances like that.
Yeah, of course we do. We love, you know, one of the goals of the Arts Fest is to provide performances and art along the spectrum of everything. So, you know, expose people to a lot of different forms of art.
Figuratively.
Right. And so, so this one, you know, was really great. Or, of course, we are a family-friendly organization and event, and there was nothing really terrible. At least we don't think so. But you know, it was really great. It was one of those, another great Arts Fest moment where we're all kind of standing there going, "Huh, go-go dancers! There you go.
The first.
There you go. That's the first one." And then so we had everything from "That is awesome" to "Can I have a moment with you to talk about this?" And we're like, "I get where you're coming from." So there you go. Okay. So you never know what you're going to get at the Arts Fest, right?
It's always different.
It's exciting. You never know. That's why you don't want to miss a moment of the Arts Fest because there's always a surprise around the corner, even for us.
Yeah. Always.
And so, but we thank all of our volunteers and all of our performers because, you know, they contribute and make this show just absolutely amazing for everyone.
We're very grateful for all of them.
Which is just,
and for Phil, who finds these great performances.
You got it. That's right. Phil, without Phil, we would not have these amazing moments at the Arts Fest. So thanks a lot. Well, Rich, oops. There you go.
There it is.
Well, Rich, once again, it's time for you to play a game to try to win one of our viewers a gift card to Cafe Aroma. And once again, our high-tech audio-visual equipment, we will turn this down a little bit. So, here we are again.
I don't see any games set up.
Oh, I got a game for you. So I am in this show, I'm still in the minute to win it mode with it, and we're going to see if you can once again beat me. If you beat me, we're going to play for somebody out here in the group, and we wrote down their name ahead of time. We're going to play for Tim Gleason, Tim lives in Lakewood, and he's out there watching this show, and why? I have no idea. And so if Rich wins this game, Tim, we're going to send you a $20 gift card to Cafe Aroma. And if he doesn't win, and I beat him,
I will make him coffee.
There you go. That's
I
even
will
better.
Make him coffee.
Then I get to keep the gift card. No, that means we'll come up with something else to use with it. So, anyways, so let me
bring on this game.
I know. Okay.
This challenge you
All right, let me
present to me week by week.
Yes. This is actually good. I'm going to use this music because it is, we're going to be able to use it all the way up to here. It is a minute long. Okay. So that will work out
Perfect.
Good. All right. So here, it's a super simple game, Rich. Even you can handle it. So this is a box of tissues, facial tissues.
In case you lose and you have something
this
to
is, well,
normally.
hold on, don't open it up yet. All right. I always have to give my reason why I came up with the game. Not only is Rich the most amazing festival coordinator that's ever existed, but he is also consoling and understanding. People come to him with their problems and he understands them. So very often people come to him crying or
sometimes I make them cry.
I was just going to say, or he's created an environment that has forced people to cry. So having Kleenex at his disposal all the time is really important. So he should be very familiar with distributing Kleenex. And so all we have to do then is help distribute these Kleenex. And so the whole idea is whoever can pull out the Kleenex one after the other out of this box, one-handed.
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 No, I can't do it. Okay.
No, one-handed, one after the other, and gets to the end of the box is the winner. Pretty straightforward. How many are in here? There are 84 two-ply tissues.
Okay.
All right, so I wanted to leave these sealed so you can see that I did not cheat.
Yeah.
You may pre-prep your first one so it's standing up properly here. There you go. All right. Okay. And we don't really need a time limit. It's whoever gets to the end first.
Well, we should have some music to make it festive.
I'm going to have music for you. That'll be good. Here you go. All right. Ready, set, go.
This is a little harder than it looks. It's like a snowstorm in here.
This will be great for my allergies later on. I have all the Kleenex. Oh, no!
That was my sneaky chance to win. This is borderline ridiculous.
I'm ready. All right. All right.
Lucky comeback.
Oh, Tim, Rich did not win for you, but you know what? I'm such a nice guy. I'm going to send you the $20 Cafe Aroma gift card.
I'm going to send Tim 84 tissues. There's tissues everywhere. That's fun.
We'll find an Arts Fest style. We'll hand this over to the folks at the Kids Creation Station to turn into a craft for next year's Arts Fest. How about that? Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, all right, so far, the score is Rich actually has won the last 2 weeks.
Did I win the first one?
Yes, you did.
I did. I'm a winner.
At the very last minute, you did. So, and you lost this one, so I have a chance. Next week, we could end in a tie. That'd be perfect. All right. All right. Well, Rich, thanks for playing along on that game.
That's fun. My arm's a little not used to pulling tissues out quickly. But you know what I think we should do? We should give away those two pieces we talked about earlier.
All right, let's do that. Oh, okay. So let's show them the pieces again first.
So we have a lovely ring, once again, by Holly Zewak, silver cast ring. And then a print from her mother, Jerry Zewak, which is of these eggs in a bird's nest. Very lovely
nice.
Print.
Nice. So we're going to need two names out of here.
All right, just to make it clear, the first one we'll pull for the ring.
Okay. All right, pull out a name. Right. Once again, thank you everyone for your donations to the Berea Arts Fest, and keep it up.
Keep it up. All right, the winner is Ellen Oakley.
All right, Ellen Oakley, congratulations! And this beautiful ring will be in contact and send it on to you. All right. So now the second one is for the artwork.
Shake them up good.
All right, good.
All right. Florence Gardner.
Florence Gardner. Congratulations. Woohoo! We'll be in contact and get you your artwork. All right. So now for the two of them, Florence and Ellen, If you want to be entered again into the Arts Fest drawing, go ahead and make another donation.
Yep.
I don't know how many entries you guys had put in there previously, but for every $10 you donate to the Berea Arts Fest, you get a slip of paper in the magic hat and a chance to pull it out. So, Rich, what are we going to do next week? What are we going to give away?
Before that, we're going to just bring the quality of the show back up. Every week at this time, I got to bring it back up. You got tissues everywhere, Dan.
I know. Well,
this is not.
That's what my job is.
It's not a good thing. We're going to give away some more artwork for those people who are donating. Okay. We're giving away 3 pieces next week.
Okay.
We have so much stuff, we have to start tripling it up. So the first is this nice, beautiful mug with Ohio on it. Can you hold it
cool. Very
for a second?
Oh, it's nice. You know, this is a nice size mug, too.
That's probably a cup and a half.
Yeah, this is good.
That's for those rough days. Oh. This is by Quill
Maybe
Potter.
I want this. All right.
Quill Pottery Studio, made by Darcy Peacock. It's a great
very
mug.
Nice. Very nice.
So that'll be next week.
All right.
All right. And then, By the Lake Jewelry was generous. They mailed us 2 pieces.
Oh, my goodness.
They gave us a piece earlier on the necklace that we already raffled off. And this week, it's this little blue vase.
Can you see that?
With no, because I'm on the shot right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta slide it towards me.
There you go.
There you go.
This is hard.
This is live TV, people.
This is, again, high-quality production value.
It's by the Lake Jewelry, and the artist is Christmas Mensa. So thank you again, Christmas, for donating twice to the Arts Fest.
So what it is it looks like it's a necklace with it's a little glass jar with a cork in it, and it looks like it has
it's beach glass.
Beach glass with a little bit of beach in it.
Yeah,
that's
take
very
the beach
cool.
wherever you go. That's a great necklace.
Very nice.
All right, this next one, the last one we're showing, is actually 3 pieces.
Oh, right here.
So you can hold 2. I don't know if I put it on the table if they'll be able to see the third. So it's a nice set of. You got it?
Yeah.
Jennifer Warden.
Oh, here, you got me now. That's
right.
good. There you go.
It is recycled glass and mixed media. So I'm assuming to some degree she's remelting the glass or fusing it and then creating these great little still life statues. They almost look like little trees.
I think so.
And I bet they look great next to a light source, a window, or something to illuminate them.
Or they look like they're half-licked lollipops.
Keep them away from children and from animals. But thank you, Jennifer Warden, for that donation.
Those are really pretty. Actually, the lights, we have our studio lights.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna be able to see it with it.
High-tech studio.
Looks great from this angle.
Beautiful from the backside. There you go. All right, well, we'll put those right here.
So remember, go to our website, BreaArtsFest.org, donate under the donations tab, and for every $10 donation, you'll get 1 entry to win the mug, the necklace, or this fused glass recycled mixed media piece over here.
Fantastic.
And we'll raffle those off next week.
Awesome. Well, that's great. We'll look forward to that. And, I just wanted to say, believe it or not, next week is the last Arts Fest art show.
That doesn't sound right. I thought we were on for a few months.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we've yet to hear from the networks whether or not our show's going to get renewed. So if you want the show renewed, I suggest you write to every network that the Arts Fest art show
and they'll say, who is Dan and Rich? And you just tell them they have a TV show.
That I think there's a good chance for getting canceled. Anyways, so
well, it'll be the end of our 30 days.
It'll be the end of the 30 days, 30 ways Berea Arts Fest. So we do have a couple of announcements. Let's see. Why don't you go with the first announcement?
The Kids Creation?
Well, we can do that. So Kids Creation, I can do that one.
Okay.
So Kids Creation Station, as you can remember, we created a whole series, 2 different kid craft kits that you could drop by Cafe Aroma, which is on Bridge Street in Berea, or Mootown Creamery, which is on Bagley Road in the shopping mall near Mark's, for these kits that are prepackaged kits that you can take home and do with your kiddos at home. And all you have to do is drop in there. There's buckets there, and the folks there will say, yep, the kits are right there. Help yourself. I think that there's minimal supplies left if you check those locations of what's left, but they've been out there now for a
couple weeks
now, which is good. Don't forget that when you complete your kid craft kit creation, I I think I have the name all wrong. That if you take a photo of it, share it on your own social media, but remember to tag the Berea Arts Fest. We would love to see how they turn out.
Yeah, those were a kaleidoscope project, and there was a clipboard art gallery project.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's still some left, but they were going pretty fast.
Yeah, so we're super excited about that. And I think the second event that's coming up.
We've been talking about it. We actually changed the date. It was going to happen tomorrow,
Right.
but it's going to happen next Saturday.
So that's October 10th, Saturday, October 10th at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. And you can do this from the privacy of your own home. It's a watercolor class presented through Zoom with Nancy Notariani. And if you need supplies, you can click down that drop-down menu. If you don't, you can click down another drop-down menu. But it'll be a fun class. You'll be with everyone and not with everyone at the same time. So grab a glass of wine, a beer, a pop. Tell your friends to sign up, and you guys can all paint together from the privacy of your own home.
So it's really, Nancy's going to take us through how to do a pretty straightforward watercolor.
An intro
painting.
class, yeah.
An intro class on
No
that.
experience necessary.
So when you go to sign up at BreaArtsFest.org, you're going to look for the donations tab that we have on there at the top of the website. And act like you're going to give a donation, but you'll see in the drop down that you can sign up for the class there. And you have two options: with supplies or without supplies. If it's with supplies, you're going to be able to stop by Nancy's gallery here in Berea and pick up a set of supplies that you need. It's basic watercolor supplies. So if you have that at home already, you're probably fine. But feel free to say with supplies, and we'll look forward to seeing you that night. It'll be live. Nancy will walk us through it, and it'll be fun to do together.
Yeah, and you'll probably meet some new friends. Because if you're online, there's going to be a bunch of us doing it. So
you mean, Rich, you and I could actually make some new friends besides each other?
We could. It's strange to say, but yeah, we could.
Most people avoid us at the Arts Fest.
They won't be able to avoid us on a Zoom meeting. Well, I think that brings us towards the end of our show.
Another Arts Fest art show is coming to a close, and you've wasted another quality half an hour or so with the two of us, but
you'll never get that back.
You'll never get it back.
Here comes a guest.
Fred's come back to visit. He should make it in the shot.
Fred.
So Fred is the Arts Fest art show dog, and he's here to say, "All right, guys,
wrap it up. People got things to do. It's Friday night.
Things to do." So thanks a lot again for tuning in to the show, and we'll see you for the last time next Friday. And in the meantime, support the Berea Arts Fest.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. What are we going to do with all these Kleenex?
I don't know.